Hey guys, it's Shawna, also known as the Squishy Witch, and today we're going to make my Spud Sprout pattern. So you only need two main colors of yarn. Primarily you're going to need some sort of brown or really whatever color you want the body of the spud to be. I'm using Premier Parfait Chunky Pom Pom in Caramel Crunch. Then you need a green or an alternative color for the sprout. It's a really great time to use up a little bit of scrap yarn. You're going to need a piece of black thread or yarn for the mouth, some safety eyes. I'm using 12mm, a crochet hook, of course. I'm using 4.5mm for Parfait Chunky, a pair of scissors, darning needle, and a stitch marker. This is a really cute bunny one from my friend Mariah. And then you're just gonna need some polyfill, some stuffing, so we can get started. Okay. So the Spud Sprout is actually a free pattern on my Instagram. It's one of the first patterns I ever released. So we're gonna get started with 6 single crochet and a magic ring. So you can, I like to loop the yarn around that way, go under and over, pull up, chain 1, and then I like to tighten my magic ring beforehand, especially if I'm using chenille yarn, because that means that it won't snap as easily when I try to tighten it later. So then this is a little tricky the first time, but you're going to do 6 single crochet in the magic ring. You want to make sure that you are crocheting over the little tail, and then you can tighten it at the end. Just obviously make sure you've got 6. You know, I didn't realize how badly I could count until after I started crocheting. So now for the second round, you're going to go into that first stitch and we're going to increase in each stitch around. So this is where I like to place my stitch marker at the first stitch of every round. So 2 single crochets in each stitch around. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10, and 12. So now for the third round, we're going to single crochet and then increase. We're going to do that around. So the first one is a single crochet, and like I said, replace the stitch marker there. And then in the next stitch, you're going to put an increase. So you're going to do 2 single crochet. Then the next one is a single, and then again, an increase. And you'll repeat this around 6 times. And you should end on an increase. And you should have 18 stitches. So now for the fourth round, we're going to do a single crochet, an increase, and then another single crochet. And we start that around. So you'll wind up with 1 single crochet, an increase, 2 single crochets, and an increase. And you'll keep going around and you'll end on another single crochet this time. So it's a little confusing, but you're basically staggering the increases to make sure that you get something a little bit more round. So the first one is just a single crochet. And again, replace the stitch marker. Now an increase. Okay. And a single crochet. And that's the pattern. Single, increase, single. So now you need another single and an increase and another single, and then keep going around. Okay, so now you should have 24 stitches around at the end of row 4, round 4. So from rounds 5 to 9, so 5 rounds, you're going to put 1 single crochet in each stitch around. So you'll just have 24 single crochets, and you're going to do that for 5 rounds. So 1 stitch in each. So do that for 5 rounds, and I will meet you back here. Okay, so you should have just finished round 9, so you should have 9 rounds. And now for round 10, we're going to do 3 single crochet and then an increase. So we'll do the first one and mark our stitch, and now 2 more, so it's 3, so 1, 2, 3, and then this next stitch we're going to do an increase, so 2 single crochets in 1 stitch, and then again 3 single crochets and an increase, and you will repeat that around 6 times. Two, 3, and again you'll end on an increase. Okay, so you should have 30 stitches around. All right, in round 11 we're going to give the Spud his little arms, so we're going to do some bobble stitches, and I will show you what they are if you don't know what they are when we get to them. But first we're going to do 7 single crochet and replace our stitch marker. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Always go to double check. All right, so in this next spot we're going to do a bobble stitch, which is basically just 4 incomplete double crochet, and I will show you what I mean, but we're going to yarn over, insert our hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now usually in a double crochet you would then pull through, yarn over and pull through these 2 again. Instead what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over and insert our hook in the same stitch, pull up again, yarn over, pull through 2, and now you have 3 loops on your hook. You're going to do that again, yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, now you have 4. You're going to do it one more time, so yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, now you should have 5 loops on your hook. So the 4 incomplete double crochet and then the original loop. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 loops. Okay? And then we continue on with 9 single crochet in this one. So 1 in the next one. You're going to want to make sure that you kind of pull the bobble over a little bit so you can really see the next stitch, because it's easy to miss. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4, oh, I'm stuck, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Great. In this next stitch we're going to place another bobble for the other arm. So again, that's 4 incomplete double crochets. You should have 5 loops on your hook. So yarn over, insert, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Do that again, yarn over, pull through 2, and one more time. And now you'll have the 5 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 5. And now we're just going to single crochet the rest of the way around, which should be 12 single crochets. Okay, so now in the next round, we are going to increase again. And this time we're going to do 2 single crochets and then increase and another 2 single crochets. So let's start the first one. We will do 1 single crochet. Oh, I lost the bunny. Okay, 1 single crochet. Another, so that's 2 single crochets, and then the next stitch you'll increase, and then 2 more single crochet to finish that one. Then again, 2 single crochet, and now you're coming up to where you did the bobble in the last round. So when you turn it kind of on the side, you want to make sure you're really seeing that there is 1 stitch here and then another one right here. You don't want to skip them, so make sure you count. So that will be 1, 2, and then your increase is going to go right where this bobble was. So you're going to increase in that stitch. Oops. Like I said, it's easy to miss. So, and then 2 single crochet. So right there and there. Okay. Now again, 2 single crochet, increase, and 2 single crochet to finish that round, that bit. And then you're just going to continue this around. Okay, and then you're going to finish with 2 single crochets in the last 2 stitches of this round. All right, now for rounds 13 and 14, we're going to do 36 single crochet around for 2 rounds. So you place 1 single crochet in each stitch around for 2 rounds. So just make sure you go ahead and count and ensure that you have 36 stitches in each round, and complete the 2 rounds, and I'll see you back here. After you've completed your 2 rounds of 36 single crochet, just to start looking like this. He's got his cute little nubby arms, and what we're going to do now is we're going to stop to insert his eyes. So like I said, I'm going to use 12mm safety eyes, and I'm going to insert them between rounds 7 and 8 with 4 visible stitches between them. So count from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we're going to insert the eyes. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 there. Okay, and you should have 4 visible stitches. That should make sure that it's kind of lined up with the little arms. And once you're happy with the placement, you can go ahead and put the backs on to secure them. Or you can try, I guess. There we go. Okay. Want to make sure that they snap on so that they don't fall out. Okay. All right. He's got little eyes. So now for the mouth, like I said, I just have just a tiny piece of black yarn, and we're going to use our needle. And I like to insert the mouth sort of right between the eyes. You could do it up a little higher. I'm going to do it just down here. So you're just going to, from the back, insert right there, pull it through, and I like to go across 2 stitches. So then kind of insert it back in 2 stitches over. See how you feel about it. I think that looks delightfully derpy. So I'm just going to tie it in the back to secure it. Okay, now we've got our little Spud face. Isn't he so cute? We are going to start decreasing. So let's put that away for now. All right, So in this next round, like I said, we're going to start our decreases. So we're going to do 4, we're basically going to work backwards. So we're going to do 4 single crochet and then an invisible decrease. So in this first stitch, we'll do just a regular old single crochet, put our stitch marker back in, and then 3 more. So 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to do an invisible decrease. You want to make sure all of your decreases are the invisible decrease kind, which basically you just grab the front loop of one stitch, the next stitch, same front loop, yarn over, pull through both, yarn over, pull through both. And that's how you do an invisible decrease. So we'll do that again. So 4 single crochet, 2, 3, 4, and then I like to hook the front loops, grab the yarn, pull over, and then go through both. And then you're going to keep going that way all the way around. And you're going to end this round on a decrease. So there we go. All right, and now we have this little guy, and you should have 30 stitches around. So at this point, you're gonna want to start stuffing to make sure you can really make the spud look optimally stuffed. Grab your stuffing, take your little guy, make sure the tails are all hidden in there. We're gonna start stuffing. Now you want to make sure that you push the stuffing out to the walls of the plushie, or in this case the little spud, and then fill in the middle. It'll make sure that your shape is the best. So just kind of fill out the outer walls and then continue. You might get the eyes kind of turning a little funky. I just kind of pick them back up. It's just from the stuffing, kind of pushing them around. You're gonna wanna make sure that you've got enough stuffing in there so that he's a perfectly chunky little boy. We still have time to stuff him, but just kind of get a good shape going first. And that's where we're at so far. Look at how cute. Now we're going to do 2 single crochet and a decrease, and do that 7 times and then finish on a decrease. So I will do that around with you. So we'll do the first single crochet and then put our stitch marker back. And then another single crochet, and then we're going to do the invisible decrease again. So if I can do it, do the front 2 loops and then 2 single crochet and the decrease, 2 single crochet and decrease, 2 decrease, 2 decrease, 2 decrease, 2 and decrease. And now you'll have 2 stitches left, so you're going to do 1 more decrease, or you're going to try. Sometimes the yarn is slippery. Now you should have 22 stitches. Make sure to count. I'm just closing them up at the bottom. So now keep stuffing as you go. You want to make sure that you save yourself enough space to really, like I said, stuff firmly and push the stuffing to the outer walls, adjusting his eyes kind of as you need to. So now for this next round, we're going to do a single crochet and a decrease times 7, and then we'll single crochet in the last stitch. So we'll put 1 single crochet, put your stitch marker back, and then we're going to decrease another single and a decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, single, decrease, single, and decrease, and then the last single crochet. Okay, and that is the end of round 17. This is what you should have so far. It's very cute and very chubby. All right, add the remaining stuffing that you want. Now, for the last round for our little potato buddy, we are going to decrease 8 times. So you'll be decreasing past the first stitch in the next round. So basically you don't need your stitch marker at this point, you can just count. So we're going to do 8 decreases. All right, so this might get a little tight, but just take your time, especially if you're using chenille yarn. So 1 decrease, 2, 3, oh, don't panic, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, now you're going to give yourself a nice tail to sew in. So I'd say probably, I like to leave a really long tail, so probably like 10 inches, but okay. We're gonna cut that off and you're just gonna pull through here, okay? And now we get our darning needle and thread it through there. And now you're going to go through, you're gonna weave through the front loop of each of the remaining stitches. So you go in this one, and then I like to go down in the next one. So you're weaving up and down. And then up, and then down, and then up and down into the last one. And now you can just pull close to cinch it shut. Now you just kind of weave in your ends. To just hide the remaining tail. Okay, and then you can cut off the end, and the body is all done. To add the little sprout on top of our spud, we're going to grab our green yarn and we're going to insert our hook on the right side between rounds 2 and 3. So if this magic ring is your first round, you're going to go 2 and then 3. So right in between there, just about sort of, I'd say a few stitches back from the eyes. So between rounds 2 and 3, you're going to insert your hook underneath. Okay, maybe one more back, right there. And then you're going to grab the yarn, right? And you're going to pull it through and do a little slip right in here. Okay, so now you need to chain 4 more. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in total from that first one that you did. So in the second chain from the hook, not the first one, second one, you're going to do a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert into the chain, pull up a loop, yarn over and pull through all 3. Okay, that's your half double crochet. And then slip stitch in the next chain. Then you're going to chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3, half double crochet in the second chain. Okay. And then you're going to slip stitch in this next one. It can be a little hard to see, but there is one more chain from this new chain that you did. You're going to slip stitch in that. And then we're going to go back to the original chain that we did. So then you're going to slip stitch 2 down. So in this next one, right? So this would be your next one in the original that was unused. Slip stitch into that. And then slip stitch down into this last unused chain. It can be a little difficult because it's going to pull loose a little bit from the end, but just hold it tight. And then that is your little sprout. And now we're going to slip stitch between rounds 1 and 2 over here. So just insert your hook through these rounds. Okay. And slip stitch. Okay. And now we can just cut, leave a little tail so that we can hide it. Just go in the back and just find a stitch, grab the yarn from one of these sections, and I just pull it through, pull it out here, and then in the same spot that you're pulling it out, grab the other tail, pull it through, and that way you can tie these together and it's a little easier to hide. Make sure it's tight and secure. And we're just gonna cut. And we're just gonna hide our little tail ends here. And now our Spud sprout is done. Look at this little guy. He's just a chubby little sprout. All right, guys, thanks so much, and tag me, The Squishy Witch, on Instagram or on YouTube if you make a little Spud sprout. Bye, guys.